Henry Mercer built Fonthill Castle as his home in 1912 in Doylstown, Pennsylvania. It was a poured-in-place concrete construction. It had many rooms and many features, very unique features. It had built-in furniture. They let us take a tour. They let us take some pictures and videos, but we could not take the whole tour. So here are some snippets of the tour. I hope you enjoy it.
Just want to gather around that central pillar there and let your eyes adjust.
Gorgeous. Oh, this is amazing.
So welcome to the entryway of Fonthill Castle. So you feel like you're literally walking into a cave. But the first thing you see on your left as you walk through that door as a guest is this brocade style pattern.
It's incredible. So incredible. Look at that.
So this is our first stop on the tree route. This is Accio Christmas. It's a spell from Harry Potter. It's a wizard-inspired Christmas tree here with a sorting hat on top. So Fonthill Castle is three things for Henry Mercer. And it's in this room, I always like to point out the first and foremost reason for it existing. It is a home. Someone did live here, a little hard to see 100 years later, but imagine large Persian rugs all over the floors. There's 18 fireplaces, there's candles, there's oil lamps, there's lights, there's 200 windows to bring a lot of natural sunlight. This was a home, it was lived in, and we'll see traces of things like paint all throughout the home today. Two, though, it was a showplace for his tile. He has a successful tile making business, cataloging it. He has a cataloging system for his historic tile collection. He has a cataloging collection for his books. He has a cataloging collection for all his artifacts at the Mercer Museum, his pre-industrial age artifacts. And he has a cataloging collection for just gifts from friends or family. If you see anything in that home today with a triangle on it with a number inside, that means he received it as a gift.
Is that why there were numbers on the bookcases?
Yeah, so and there's more bookshelves over here. This is depicting the harvest season before industrialization in the United States. We have threshing and winnowing, apple picking, butter churning, and different scenes of the fall season in Pennsylvania. Mercer puts it in here because this is very near and dear to his heart. Has anyone been to the Mercer Museum today? That we'll see today. If anyone's on that side of the room, feel free to take a peek. If you're on this side of the room, you look right to the left of the tree, and you can see a concrete window. Behind there is a staircase. They're called the box stairs. And it says more beyond in English on them this time. Again, kind of a little joke that this is a tucked away passageway. I promise we'll be going down all these hallways later, so this is a big spot where we're all stick together. So take a look at those curtains along the walls there, all those rich reds and blues and yellows. These are recent reproductions we had put in that looked exactly like the ones did back when Henry Mercer lived here. And you can really get a sense of how rich and bright all these rooms would have been. Interior room, so he has concrete windows. He also has a skylight back in there. Feel free to take it up a peek. And I mentioned there's 66 keys and 66 doors. So we're now entering kind of his side of the castle where guests want to be allowed. Mythology, different histories of the indigenous people of the Americas and European settlers with first contact. You'll see things like the Inca civilization, the Aztec Empire. So again, we have history. But then you'll also see things such as on the fireplace, Atlantis.
Henry loved Chesapeake Bay retrievers. This dog, Rollo, was his favorite. Rollo ran up these steps before the concrete was set, leaving paw prints. Henry loved it so much that he let Rollo put paw prints all over the house when it was being built.
These are actually depicting the indigenous tribe of Pennsylvania, the Lenni Lenape, doing various tasks. So again, kind of a nod to everyday people and everyday life. These exact same mosaics can be found on the ceiling at the Pennsylvania State Capitol. 70 acres, totaling 9 farms. Farms generally don't. Does anyone recognize where we're at? Laura Longswing, the housekeeper over here, is our guiding post there. This is when he first moved in 1912. He has a big white marquee tent in the attic that he puts on the grounds to host some picnics and parties. Later on, though, in life, he really is only having more intimate gatherings, maybe 3 or 4 people. People that love reading books, love history, kind of having these conversations. And then later on in life, as he's approaching, it's very popular in Victorian times to have a memento mori somewhere in your home. Usually it's more of like a painting of a skeleton or something like that, but some people do have real skulls.
Oh,
The appearance of the room is a lot larger than it really is.
Yeah, the more he left them.
Yeah, the owl one.
It was also when we get back and point out.
All right, so we're gonna be making our way downstairs.
the cottage ruins are down this way just a bit. Okay, we found the cottage ruins. They tried to preserve it, but excuse me, in 1990 they had to put metal on and bars because people were just being so disrespectful. They took the wood out of the floor, smashing holes through the walls. Oh, look at that. Well, good. Oh, there is a security camera there. I see it. Okay, good. Glad. They said it was basically trashed. I guess that was a well. Yep, here's a hole. Some doof trying to poke holes. Can I see anything in there? Too dark? Probably. Alright. Look at that. Some people just have no class. They have to put those on to protect it. Sad. The roof is still intact. But yeah, from like the 60s to 1990, people just no respect. Jerks. That's been a darn big squirrel behind me. Made a lot of noise. Yeah. I'm glad they put the bars on the windows. That would take some heck of sawing and cutting to get through those bars, that angle iron. It's down in the basement. Yeah, it's just sad. They scraped off a lot of the graffiti. So, on the way back from the cottage, I see this. What is this? What is in here? What is this? I hope you enjoyed that miniature tour of Fonthill Castle. It really is an amazing structure. You really have to see it in person to appreciate all it has to offer. Anyhow, I'll see you in the next video. Peace, baby.